Today on What Are We Doing Here? Me and my bozo friends are debating what is the greatest Nintendo franchise of all time. And things get heated when I make the final call.
And then Rick comes and blows it up. That's not fair. It's a democracy.
We organize the games in a tournament bracket style. We are judging them by these criteria: cultural influence, industry influence, gaming experience. To start it off, we got Smash Bros. Versus Mario Kart.
Oh,
I'll go first.
I'd love if you did.
Yeah. I feel like Mario Kart overall, SNES, big kart game, right off the bat, and that really set the tone for a franchise that a staple of every sort of like. When you buy a Switch, you get the Mario Kart. You get this, right?
Yeah.
I think Smash Bros. Yeah, it's great. It's a great game. Kind of like, in a certain sense, I don't want to say revolutionized because I feel like that's a little contrived, but it was different than other fighting games you had, right? But as far as like prevalence, I'd have to say Mario Kart more consistent and more prominent. And Mario Kart's the game that your mom's gonna buy you when you get a Nintendo Switch, or like, you know what I mean? It's just like it's like turkey it's turkey and Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say, like, here's the thing. I think Mario Kart is, I mean, I don't want to use dumb terms like normies and gamers, but I think Mario Kart is definitely more of a normie game, and I think that Smash Bros. Is more of a gamer game. Now, if we're talking about, like, cultural impact, I would say Smash Bros. Probably, in a sense, has a bigger impact. If you watch any, like, gaming tournaments, Evo tournaments, Smash Bros. Has a much in-depth culture to it. Also, as a gaming experience, I think you could play Smash Bros. By yourself and have a good time. Mario Kart, I think, is arguably the greatest party game. I'm a little torn on this one. I think you can make an argument for both. I might be leaning a little bit more towards Mario Kart, but I have to give props to Smash in that regard.
I think Smash is a great game for those who like it. I'm not a big Smash guy. Mm-hmm. I think it's too chaotic, it's too quick, it's too fast-paced. I'm an old man. I can't keep up with that stuff. Yeah. I did play a lot of the Switch version of Smash Brothers when that came out, and I actually put a lot more time into it and had a lot of fun with it. But it's, for me, no-brainer is Mario Kart. It is one of the biggest Mario Nintendo franchises of all time. However, in terms of like on a competition level, there's no question that Smash Brothers takes that out of the park.
Yeah, like
no doubt. Because in Mario Kart 8, and this bugged me, they took out like when you'd have a race, they took out the time. It was just first, second, and third. I want to know that I beat the race in 1 minute 54 seconds, and I beat you by 0.2. I missed that. That's not in the game unless you go into like single player mode and do like ghost runs and stuff. I love that competition, but for that reason, I don't see Mario Kart tournaments. Anytime I've gone to like a board game cafe, if there's people playing video games, it's Smash Brothers. Tournaments, Smash Brothers. So, like, I understand your thing on the whole cultural impact.
Yeah.
I think in terms of game variety, I think it's hard to say.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of the Smash Brother games they're the same, but so are the Mario Kart.
It is
Mario Kart's
totally Mario Kart. Point of contention. I would say Mario Kart is the easiest barrier to entry for non-gamer people to engage with the thing, right? When I say, hey, like, to non-gamer friends, do you want to play a video game? They're like, what, you got Mario Kart? That's what comes up.
So to counter that argument is, I think racing games in general are much easier to pick up because it's literally just gas, brake. Fighting games, they have a little bit more. And I would say, I would also say Smash Bros. In terms of all fighting games has really boiled it down so that anybody could pick up a fighting game. It would be Smash Bros. Over Street Fighter. You know, it's easier to do a special move in Smash Bros. Than it is to do a Hadouken in Street Fighter. So it's like entry-level fighting game, it's Smash Bros.
We have to make a decision.
It's Mario Kart.
It's Mario Kart. I vote Mario Kart.
I vote Mario Kart.
And I think you're you're on the island there.
Let's get Rick's take on this.
Rick?
All right, Rick. Who do you got? Like, what do you think is a better game or a better franchise? Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart?
Smash.
This guy's a...
It's insane. With no thoughts? You didn't put any effort into that thought.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Why, yeah.
Easy to play.
Oh, this guy. You know what, you're...
You can't even win at Mario Kart.
So we're going with Smash, Richard?
I'm not doing this.
Smash.
All right.
What happened?
Smash goes through.
How did Smash go through?
Smash went through.
Smash does not go through.
I'm confused. Didn't we all agree it was Mario Kart?
Yeah, it was all Mario Kart, and then fucking Rick comes and fucking blows it up. That's not fair. That's not fair.
I don't...
It's a democracy.
Hold on.
Yes.
What? So it's the final call every time?
I mean, I was on the fence there. So,
Okay.
like, I wasn't fully... I was leaning a little bit more to Mario Kart. I mean, tell us in the comments below which one's
I
better.
cannot believe that Smash is going through over. Okay, you know what? I'll take a loss.
Let us know in the comments below if Rick is wrong, if I'm wrong, if these guys are right.
It's insanity.
We at least talked about it.
Yeah, and Rick is just laying on the fucking floor.
And then made fun of you.
Oh, quit crying, Al, and focus on the speed round. We got the top seeded games versus the lowest, starting with Mario versus Metroid. Let's see what the boys have to say.
I mean, I think we could all agree that it's Mario. Yeah. But, I mean, I think we should talk about, like, the greatness of Metroid. Like, if we're just doing, like, general game franchises, Metroid would go far. It would beat a lot of franchises from other...
Oh, in general, of course.
Yes,
But at some point, you're putting up Mario and Zelda or whatever.
Yes.
Like, you got to make tough decisions.
No, it is.
And you can have two great things. You can put up two great things and...
I think, too, like, well, it's like Castlevania, Metrovania,
yes,
right? Like a similar vein. Yeah. Did it really cool.
Yeah.
And plus, it was like protagonist was like a really cool, hot chick, too. In a cyborg suit.
Yeah.
So that also...
I actually like the cyborg suit.
Yeah.
I would say, like, the good things that Metroid's done in terms of, like, influence on games, the first Metroid really established, like, atmosphere in a game. Like, where it was, like, dark and creepy.
Big map.
Huge
big,
map.
Confusing map that you could easily get lost in. Whereas Mario is just, you're going in one direction. Back then, it was just one direction. Not a bad thing, but it just opened up an entire world.
And, like, for Nintendo as a franchise, they're pretty, like, kiddie fun, happy, joy, and Metroid was a little bit more darker and serious.
Mario's gonna, like, honestly, Mario, I feel like, is going to the Super Bowl or whatever here.
I mean, it's top.
Like, I don't think you have Metroid or, like, because Mario kind of invented the platformer.
Yeah.
Per se.
Yeah.
At least I think so.
It might not have invented it, but it made it what it was.
So I don't
perfected it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think you have Metroid without Mario.
There is a lot to say about Mario because Mario is like, I mean, we're just talking like mainline Mario games, not Mario as a whole.
Yeah.
It's still incredible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, Mario has branched out into every genre of game since, but if we're, again, just talking about Mario 1, 2, and 3, Super Mario World, Mario 64, Odyssey, Sunshine, they're just, and they're the music is just so...
Yeah, so Mario goes through, no-brainer.
No-brainer.
The next, obviously, just unbalanced match is Legend of Zelda versus Kirby.
Are you kidding me?
Well, obviously, it's Legend of... It's obviously Legend of Zelda. But Kirby, I think, is just a fun franchise.
Kirby is a bum. He's always been a bum. He's always going to be a B-tier character. You know what? I have no time...
No love.
Kirby.
You have no love for Kirby.
Zero.
Please let us know about Al's hate for Kirby in the comments below.
Like who cares? He doesn't even talk or do anything.
Yeah,
Neither does Mario or anything, but
he does.
As far as like emotional connections to characters, at least Legend of Zelda, you're trying to save a princess. Kirby's just It's sucking up cars.
I mean-
who gives a shit?
You love to suck.
Oh my goodness, I agree. It is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
In every level in terms of the
Get it
cultural
out of here.
impact.
Flush it. Flush it.
However, there are some amazing
For sure. For
Kirby
sure.
games. I've got amazing Kirby memories. Super Nintendo Kirby is my favorite era of Kirby. I love Kirby's.
But like, who is
Don't
even
worry.
Kirby? Who is even Kirby? Like, Kirby is not a character. It's a puff. It's a puff.
Kirby's Dream Course. I was right.
Yeah,
it was a mini
there's
golf
no
game.
emotional attachment. There's
Sure there
no
is.
sort of narrative to Kirby. Not that I remember.
I mean, I think a lot of Kirby is the character himself.
100%. Kirby in his world.
I love the idea of being able to suck up your
Yes,
enemy and then
yes.
being able to
No,
take
it
on
had
that
a
ability.
lot of really cool mechanics.
That's a very neat
Yes.
mechanic,
You know-
which Mario does do.
Yes.
He stomps. Well, he gets a power up and he turns. That whole
Yeah.
transformation thing is very fun.
There's probably Kirby games that have like more interesting mechanics than like a Mario game at the same like
Time.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
there are cool things. There's a reason why this guy has been around forever and they're still making games.
However,
Yeah.
a no-brainer for
Yes.
the Legend of Zelda series,
Yes.
which puts out banger after banger
Yes.
after banger.
100%.
People love to play them.
So to finish
Sorry, I
up,
don't mean to be so angry about Kirby, but I just can't. I can't
I think
tolerate
it's important that you're honest.
Yeah.
It's the whole point of this.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. I don't like it, and honestly, flush it.
We're not doing Kirby. Kirby's done.
he's done.
Okay. Yeah, and Zelda's way better because Zelda
Yes. Yes.
N64 banger. You know, like Ocarina.
You're
of
beating a
Time.
dead horse here.
He's out.
He's done.
Kirby's out. He's
All
back
right, I
there.
just want to make sure he's dead.
He's done. He's squished.
Wow! Al hates Kirby as much as I hate stairs. Let's see what he has to say about this matchup. Pokemon versus Donkey Kong.
Now this is a tougher one. Obviously, you know where I'm at with this.
Well, I mean, objectively, there is an obvious winner. The answer is
Pokemon. It is Pokemon.
Donkey Kong Country. First one for Super Nintendo is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
I love like Donkey Kong 64. I had a lot of fun with the original Donkey Kong in the arcades. And again, at the time before Pokemon, Donkey Kong was like that was the big thing.
Yes.
Like there are documentaries about that.
Yes.
King of Kong. If you haven't seen it, great documentary. So at some point, Pokemon just overtook that due to
Pokemon is the
no question.
is the biggest, arguably the biggest IP in the world. I think it is actually the biggest IP in the world.
Bigger than Mario?
Yeah.
I do love Donkey Kong. It just doesn't hold up to Pokemon anymore, unfortunately. And how can you? There's how many Pokemon are there now? Like 855?
Yes.
Come
But
on.
like even
it
the
really
games
that
though.
high?
Oh no, it's over 1,000 for the amount of Pokemon there are. It's over 1,000. But like even the games themselves is amazing. Like it's a great, just fun, old school RPG. You get in, you get your Pokemon.
You name your Pokemon as well, right? You
Yeah.
don't use the real names?
No.
Any Pokemon you'd like to share?
So
Yeah, shout out.
I always, if my two favorite Pokemon are Mewtwo and Blastoise, and at the time when I first played Pokemon, I was really into gangster rap. So Mewtwo is always Dr. Dre, and Blastoise is always Snoop Dogg.
To this day?
To this day,
Wow.
if you pull up any of my Mewtwo's or Blastoise, it's Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, and Zapdos is always Eminem.
Pokemon has like really
You can't beat
infested
it.
Yes,
infested the culture, and
yes, and
yeah, it's more robust. There's more things to it. I don't like it, but
Yeah.
you gotta.
There's also Pokemon Go, which was literally in 2016, a presidential candidate was using Pokemon Go as like a way for people to go.
Is that George Bush?
No, what's her face? Hillary Clinton.
But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
That's how culturally impactful Pokemon is.
I do remember when Pokemon Go came out.
It was insane.
I don't know if anybody here remembers this, but everybody was playing it.
Yeah.
We went to the park,
Yeah.
and there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people all
Oh, yeah.
playing this game. I've never seen anything like it.
All right.
Agreement, Pokemon's through?
Yes,
Yes,
no,
Pokemon's-
no question.
Okay.
Moving on to the semis, Mario versus Smash Bros.
For me, personally,
Yeah.
it's Mario, no brainer.
Yeah.
Every step of the way.
No.
Mario is. I'm gonna say it right now. It is the greatest gaming franchise of all time. I love
Of
those
all-
games.
yeah.
I have Mario 64 stuck in my head right now, and I just love it. But we've talked about Smash, and again, there's no Smash without Mario.
I agree.
Bingo.
I agree. So, but should we get to the person who? Should we ask the opinion of the person? I mean, I am.
No,
like,
let's not
I
ask
don't
him.
like.
Let's not. I can't even believe Mario Kart didn't even freaking make it on.
This should be Mario versus Mario Kart. Right?
Yeah. That should be the conversation.
And the thing is,
we're gonna ask John Madden out there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Well, because like I don't like, again, I don't like Mario, but I can recognize its greatness. So, but who knows what Richard has
we're
to
gonna
say.
put up like what 4 Smash Brother games versus
Well, let's
every
see.
mainline Mario. Yeah, we'll go see.
He might have an argument. Let's go see.
Okay, Rick. What's a better franchise? Smash Bros. Or Super Mario?
Don't you fucking do it.
Smash Bros.
Are you insane?
Why? Why is Smash Bros. Better than Mario as a franchise? Good multiplayer.
Super Mario has multiplayer too.
Not all.
Yeah, all of them do.
Yeah, I think almost every single one does.
Yeah.
Which one doesn't have Mario 64?
Anyway, I'm
Oh,
not going
he's
to
got a
argue.
point
I'm not
there.
going to argue with it. I'm not doing this. You know what? You're bummed.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think we can all agree, and when I say this, that guy Mario goes through.
No, I thought.
No,
I
that's
thought
the
the whole
rules.
thing was that he made the final
rules
call.
are the
You
rules.
asked him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your idea. You did this before with Mario Kart.
Well, no, because Super Smash Bros.
Rules are the rules.
Rules are the rules.
Super Smash Bros. and Mario Kart, I was on the fence. with.
No.
You went and asked him. And
Yes.
he picked. So what was the point of it? If
Because
the
I
answer
was on
wasn't-
the fence with
What
Mario
fence?
Kart and Smash Bros.
I'm talking about this last one.
Oh, it's just for fun to see how.
No, I disagree.
Yes. So
Rules are the rules.
No.
Rules are the rules.
hold on.
It's Smash Brothers.
rules
As
are
much as I don't want it to
Smash
be.
Brothers goes through.
All of Mario for Smash Brothers.
Beautiful voice, Adam. Let's see if you're singing after this one. Zelda versus Pokémon.
Wow. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I have my personal preference.
Yes, I know what I'm picking.
Yes.
Just because I actually have a before it was Pokemon and Donkey Kong.
Yes.
I'm gonna stick my foot in the ground with Zelda. What a series of games they put. Again, they said the word before, banger after banger. I think the entry point for them, especially with Breath of the Wild, I was surprised at how many people were playing that game. It was incredible. Now, can it hold up to Pokemon? I don't know, but I would pick Legend of Zelda in terms of story, innovation, just entertainment, getting lost in that Hyrule world.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say the Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
However, I understand where Pokemon fits in the.
Yeah. Kind of going back to like how Smash Bros has a more core dedicated fan base. I would say Zelda does too.
Absolutely, it does.
In terms of video game tattoos, I've seen on people.
You're talking about like hard fan bases.
Yes, in terms of like tattoo, like video game tattoos, I think Zelda takes the cake of like most people getting tattooed.
That the Triforce.
Yes,
man. I've seen that Triforce.
Like so many friends have that. And
the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Cody Rhodes used to actually wrestle with a Triforce on his boot.
There you go.
Look it up.
There you go. So I think Pokemon is a lot more commercial, but yeah, Zelda I think just has that hardcore fan base.
The entry level is is Pokemon. Like for gamers in general now, you can get a kid into Pokemon well before you can get him into like a Zelda game.
100%.
That's not a diss on
And,
Zelda,
like,
of course. It's still my pick.
For me, I enjoy. Actually, I don't know. It's a tough. I think I get more play out of Pokemon just because there's so much. So for me, it is Pokemon.
Pokemon. Al, you got to weigh in. We got one Pokemon.
My favorite game of all time is Ocarina of Time in 64. Like that one was big with me. Zelda's huge, but at the same time, if we were to talk about prevalence or just impact or what's happening or how it's expanding, Zelda hits once every 3 years. And there are two different types of games there too, right? But I'd have to say, God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I gotta lean towards Pokemon. And I love Zelda. Like, honestly, this kills me. But if I was to really put my finger on the pulse, I'd say Pokemon probably pushed boundaries more than Zelda has, or
Interesting.
what gaming could be, or just introducing me to like a different type of game, right?
Should we ask our friend here?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Well,
we
it's
should.
not Smash Bros. So we might get a different. Should we ask Richard?
I love the idea of him just whatever, just throwing this thing off. Yes,
Batman. Shall we? Let's do it.
because you did seem a little on the fence.
Yes.
if you want, like,
Yes.
Yeah.
you were just like a little.
Let's
you said it was
ask.
hard for you.
Yeah,
So
it
let's
is,
not. But
it
let's not. I want you to sleep well tonight. So let's
Yes, let's go ask Ricky.
go ask Ricky.
All right, Rick. What's a better franchise, gaming franchise? Pokemon or Zelda?
Pokemon.
Okay. See.
All right. Okay.
We expected that.
All right. May I ask why?
I catch them all.
Pokemon. I mean, I get it.
Yes,
I get it.
I get it too. I was actually I thought it was. I honestly, when I first did this, I was not expecting in a million years that the final would be Pokemon or Smash. I thought for sure it would be Mario and Zelda. 100% Mario.
I would
and
have.
Zelda.
I think I
would-
predicted it earlier. I'm
yeah.
like, well, this one's going to the end.
Literally,
Yeah.
that's why
I know.
they're 1 and 2 because they would meet in the finals and we'd be yelling at each other by. But really, we're just going to be yelling at each other about Rick.
Shut it, fat boy, and sink your teeth into this! Pokémon versus Smash Bros. What's the greatest Nintendo franchise of all time? Take it away!
So it's down to the best two Nintendo franchises, Pokemon and Smash Brothers, beating out The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario, Donkey Kong. Now what else? What else?
We had
Kirby,
Metroid.
Metroid.
Kirby's.
Okay,
Sorry.
we know you hate Kirby. Jesus
That's
Christ.
twice.
Yeah.
Well,
And then he was talking about it to me like earlier.
Yeah. Jesus.
Kirby's not that good.
Okay.
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 All right. Pokemon or Smash Bros? I mean, you know where I stand.
Smash Brothers.
I mean, this is insane. It's got to be Pokemon.
Well, out of the two, it's Pokemon. But I mean, since Ricky has decided the final two, he gets to pick.
Oh, 100%.
We're gonna go out and have to let him pick.
But like, do we want to? I mean, Al, I'm assuming you're Pokemon. If you picked it over your favorite video game of all time,
None of us wanted Smash.
No.
None of us did.
I was.
You were on the fence.
I was on the fence. I did think it was
Over Mario?
over Mario. No, but Mario Kart. Yeah,
Right, Mario Kart.
Mario Kart was the first one. Yeah.
Sorry.
I can't believe. I'm not even sure how we got here.
But we're here and we have to deal with it.
If I had to,
now
it's Pokemon. It's
Out of the two, it's Pokemon or
because
Smash
Pokemon's
Brothers.
more
I agree.
interesting, inventive, and Smash Brothers is basically just a low key fighting platforming game.
Yes,
I would agree.
It
It is the Mario Kart of fighting games.
That's a way of putting
And so
it.
when
That's
you
a well way.
Yeah, when you stack it up against the mechanics or
Yes.
what Pokemon's doing or just the different.
Yes, there's
sort
no
of thing.
Smash Bros. Movie. There's no Smash
No.
Bros. TV show.
Why would
now
there
it'd probably be a logistic nightmare for licensings, but you get what I'm saying.
Well,
I would
Smash
love
Bros.
to
is just
film a movie
fanfare.
called Smash Bros. With you.
Okay, Rick, we're at the final here. Which is the greatest Nintendo franchise of all time? Pokemon or Smash Bros?
Smash it.
Smash Brothers
Your memory's playing
over Pokemon.
Over
it.
Pokemon.
Your memory's playing it on the game.
Okay, but let's talk cultural impact, industry impact.
that shit.
Ricky just wants to watch the world burn.
Look it. I found Pokemon before I found fucking
Smash Bros?
Brothers. I'm taking this
Why?
because you don't need to have it.
Yeah, dude. What?
So that's your final decision, Smash Bros.
You took the wrong one I liked.
So you're saying you're dying on this hill that Smash Bros. Is the greatest Nintendo franchise?
Player's choice.
Okay, so the greatest Nintendo franchise, according to What Are We Doing Here, is Super Smash Bros. Are you guys happy with that?
The greatest Nintendo franchise of all time is Smash. Okay, Ricky. My big toe went up his butt.
Can I just say something for the record?
Yeah.
I think this is a travesty, and it's not reflective
Go
of
on,
what.
man.
This is a travesty, and it's not reflective of what actually is good. I feel like there was a bias here, obviously, from the start.
Like, it's a good thing that Ricky was in the other room, or at the beginning of this, he would have just said,
Smash
it's just going to be Smash Brothers, so
Yeah.
let's be done with it.
Ricky, any-
So, your favorite franchise of Nintendo of all time, why? Why?
And that's it, folks. Please comment down below.
That's it? That's
If
it?
Ricky's
That's right.
he's just fucking leaving now too. Comment down below what you think. This is fucking a disaster. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and all that fun stuff.
How did Mario not win?
What is happening?
I don't know.